This is the Tom Barnard Podcast. Listen live weekday mornings, 8 to 9:30, or anytime you like as a podcast on the Tom Barnard app at tombarnardshow.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
You horn tootin'. That's all I have to say to you, sister. Here's the deal. We were just talking off the air about a couple of things and about the fact that we're having a guest on today. He's a former NFL player, now in the XFL, and I had not heard of him. And the reason for that is because I'm still wondering why in 64 years our team can't even win one Super Bowl. So I've gotten further and further away from the NFL. I used to watch Monday Night Football every Monday night. When I was, whenever it was. Is that even around anymore, Monday Night Football?
Yeah, it's still around. I will say, whether it's Monday night, Thursday night, some of the games get a little unwatchable.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Great matchups. So I think ratings overall are probably down. You're not the only one tuning out.
But I would say, like, out of the primetime games, I think Monday night, maybe Sunday night is technically like the pinnacle game of the week for some guys. Like Monday night is you're the only game on. That's what everybody's looking. You cap off the end of the week. So like Monday Night Football is like a big sit down watch event for a lot of football fans. Still.
Yep.
Where's Monday Night Football now? It's not on ABC anymore, is it?
ESPN.
ESPN. Right? Is that owned by ABC?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought so.
That's like a Disney.
Disney, right?
Umbrella.
Pretty much the deal. But yeah, I just looking at a couple of things. I woke up at 3:00 this morning because I've been kind of looking around and trying to figure things out in life and all that stuff. And I did realize that, I was talking to Gelfand about this on the show, on the family show last week, in that, and this is no big deal, but in my life it is a big deal because I was talking to Gelfand about the fact that he might be the farthest left person I know. And I love the guy. You guys were on the show, I think, he's on with the family now. So, but then on the other side, Mike Lindell, he's as far right as you can get, but I love that guy too. So I was thinking about that for the last week or so, something like that. And I've come to the conclusion that I am basically a centrist, that I'm not a Democrat. I've been a Democrat and I've been a Republican. I'm neither now. I'm pretty much a centrist. And I think the important thing to me is, and it's not going to be some long deal I'm going to be on here, it's just the important thing to me is I can't handle these parties going after each other on the national networks and in the newspapers. And, I don't know about newspapers. I don't read newspapers anymore. Do you?
Oh, no. I don't even know if I could find a newspaper.
Oh, yeah. What's that box? Well, it used to have newspapers in it, but not anymore. But no, I just figured, honest to God, I think what happened to me at 3:00 in the morning, because I was dreaming about it or something, about the extreme positions. And if you watch the national news, and I don't care which channel you're on, or which stream you're on is a better way to put it, I suppose. But some people still watch television that way. But I just, every time I tune in, somebody's pissed off about something, and they're taking very extreme positions, extreme everything. And I just thought, you know what? Let me think for a second about this. This is at 3:00 this morning.
Okay.
I adore my wife, my son, my daughter, their husband, their wife. I adore my grandchildren. I have great friends. I mean, not you two. You're the worst I've ever met. But, other than that.
You got to balance things out.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, I don't want to be involved in all that screaming and yelling and you're wrong and this sucks and everything's horrible and blah, blah, blah. I think I'm pretty much a centrist kind of guy, and that's where I'm going to stay. And if people, get uncomfortable with that, actually, the first thing I did when I decided that I'm going to take a center position is after 11, maybe even 12, I think it'd be 12 years in March, I went back on Facebook this morning.
Whoa, back on the social media.
How'd that feel?
I don't know yet because I haven't seen any posts. I just went on there. So.
Zero friends.
Step one, log in.
Because that's the other situation, is one of the reasons. Now, you have to remember one thing. When I got off Facebook 12 years ago, I was at the time having a glass of wine or two once in a while. So if someone would criticize me, I'd go, listen, you mother effer. So there'll be no more of that. I just, I invited Kendall Qualls to come on the show. I haven't heard back from him yet. Invited Dean Phillips to come on. Haven't heard back from him yet either. I assume I will because they've both been on the show before. But let's go even. What happened to Kendall Qualls is way out of line. They almost burned an office building down just because he's conservative. Really? What is that?
I'm not. Yeah.
I guess what happened with? I didn't realize they burned down almost burned down an office building because
I guess they burned. Fire gutted the floor that he's on and all the rest. Apparently, there are 3. I don't know what they would be. 3 conservative leaning people in that building, and they apparently ransacked and torched part of the building, or I don't know what the hell it was. Like I said, I should probably check and see if Kendall did call me back. I don't think he has yet, but I just wanted you to know, honestly, God, I just realized, why am I always pissed off about this, that, and the other thing? I got a great life. I don't work with great people. I mean, I understand that. That's just a given. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and now that you're back on Facebook, my question for the listeners is how long until you see something that pisses you off and then you're gone off of Facebook? Like, how long is this going to be a long-term stint on Facebook, you think?
Well, I guess we're going to find out. Well, I just popped it on and it says Dee Knobloch Bolter is with Mark Bolter. Is that the Mark Bolter that used to be in radio? Because there was
I
a
would
Mark
assume
Bolter
so
in radio.
because it's
I think
probably
it is.
pulling people that you're in the same circle as.
That sounds right.
Happy birthday, Sin, from warm and sunny something. Oh, he's in Buenos Aires. Pardon me. Jesus.
There we go.
Honest to God, I figured, well, God, the guy must be down in Texas or California. No, he's in Buenos Aires. Having a good old time. I think that's him, but I haven't seen him in so long. I don't know if it is him or not. See, no, this is good. I went from 205 to 133, and I'll never forget the look on my doctor's face. Mary Chevalier apparently went with pure baking soda, roasted dandelion root, and apple cider vinegar.
This is my favorite segment now.
What is this?
This is my new favorite segment.
Scrolling through Tom's face.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is pretty entertaining. Don't you think? I mean, look what I've missed for the past 12 years. And this time, when I go on, I'll be sober, so I'll actually know what it says.
Oh, I'm crying.
What? We're finding out important stuff here this morning.
Oh, I agree.
Somebody's grandma is like posting her like cookie recipe. And Tom's like, yeah,
I'm going to be reading it anyway. Okay, should I try to do one more?
yeah, let's do one more.
I haven't seen any FU Toms yet, so that's good.
There we go.
Oh, wait a minute. Some of these are already like a month old. So they posted them a month ago.
Okay. You're catching up, I guess.
Another enjoyable old timers breakfast. Thanks for picking up the tab, Lynn's.
There we go.
Jesus, I'm looking. This guy picked, or Lynn's, I don't know if it's a man or a woman, but they picked up the tab on 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 20 people.
Woo, where are they eating at? Let me go on.
Yeah.
I know it's a long picnic table.
This old timers breakfast. Where are we at?
I ran into one.
Oh no.
John Lassman. Lassie, happy birthday to the one on the there's a picture of John. Who is that? Alice Cooper? Looks like Alice Cooper. Hey, this is going to be you know what? I'm glad I got back on. Oh, no, now Louise Levine Evans. You know who that is?
No.
Nope.
It's my cousin. Now, let me show you. Chris O'Connor. How are sales going, Chris? Now, can I show this on camera? Because I don't know if you have the right to do that or not.
I don't know why not.
We'll figure it out later if we can.
So this is what my cousin posted. Look how sweet that picture is. Oh, is it too? Can you even see it?
No,
No.
it looks like it's a little bit. That's all right.
It's this beautiful winter scene in the by the cabin, apparently. So look at how much happier I am today, just because I don't want to be left and I don't want to be right. If you're far left, good for you. If you're just a Democrat, good for you. If you're Republican, good for you. And if you're far right, good for you. I can't spend my life worrying about this, that, or the other thing. Try to live. Why don't you try to be happy, right? Do things like read your Facebook that you haven't been on in 12 years.
That's got to be our like Monday morning start to the show.
I think it'll be just magnificent. No, I'm very serious. I think I came up with the idea, and I know we got to get going here. I'm overdue here, but I got to be honest with you. It was wearing me. I was pissed off, and I didn't even know why. And then I realized, well, it's because you're watching these different news shows, and everything is about money. I mean, you do know that everything is about money. That if I take a position strong enough, people will, follow me, and I'll make even more money, whatever. So I just figured, I don't care. I got a good audience already anyway. So why don't I just stand in the middle where I like to be? I'm most comfortable there. So that's where I'm going to be. And look, I think it's, it's sad. I just realized something. I don't even know where you would look for me on Facebook. Doesn't your page have like a name or something?
Yeah, well, they would just search like Tom Barnard and then I'm sure once you're more active, it will start to just naturally populate in front of people.
Yeah, I think they got me under Thomas Barnard, Barnard.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Oh, I thought it said Catherine Brandt. It says Katya Brandt. I thought, what if I find out after 12 years Catherine's been bad-mouthing the shit out of me for 12 years? What if I find that out?
A secret diary where she thought you
Exactly, that I knew nothing. Oh, God, I'm way behind. I'm sorry. My fault. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to watch the Wild drop the puck from the comfort of a suite? Listen to the Tom Barnard podcast for at least 30 minutes each day this week. And you're in the drawing to join Tevin, AJ, and other Tommy B podcast fans at the XL Energy Center on Saturday, February 17th. Oh my God, it's only 13 days away.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. What's the date today? The 5th?
Yep.
Today's the 5th, so we're about 12 days away.
12 days away. As the Wild host the Sabres, listen online at tombarnardshow.com or the free mobile app for your chance to win. I went to the last one. And then you guys are going to this one, are you not?
We are,
Tevin, AJ, the other fan.
Yeah, sweet. It'll be a heck of a time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're going to love it. Those suites are gorgeous.
Absolutely.
One thing I got to warn you up front, because I know you're both booze hounds.
You know it.
Not a lot of drinking going on in Hubbard suites, I will tell you that.
Yeah, and I will not be dropping $1,000 tab like you to.
Ixday. See,
They're
look at
the cheapskates this time around.
Once again, proof. Why would I ever be crabby about anything or take an extreme position on anything? I have a magnificent life, so I'm going to enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just go there and booze it up all you want. If you get fired by Ginny after that, that's your problem. You know what I mean?
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
All right, we do have to take a break because I'm way behind, and I apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. But, I decided, literally, I'm a very happy man. I'm not leaning left, and I'm not leaning right. I'm here in the middle, and I don't even know who the hell I'm going to vote for yet, but I'll figure it out. The song Kokomo is supposed to be off the Florida Keys, right? I said right. Hate to break your Beach Boys bubble, but that's a fictitious place they made up for the song. Fortunately for the rest of us, the Florida Keys island chain are as real as the taxes you have to pay in Minnesota. If you're a resident, of course. Now, that's a reason to move south. In addition to Florida and all of Monroe County being beautiful, the Keys from Key Largo to Key West are even more beautiful. This is Tom Barnard, part-time Florida resident myself. And if you want a second house or a new retirement home or want to become a Floridian, may I suggest you contact Matt Carlson from One Key West Realty. Matt grew up in Litchfield, and he's a super real estate agent. When it comes to finding your tropical island space in the Keys, he lives there and here, and Matt knows what's best in Key West to buy for your second home in Florida. Matt teamed up with fellow Minnesotan from Sartell and Alexandria, Kristyn Eklund, who's one of the top mortgage brokers in the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, from Coast to Coast Mortgage, she'll get you the financing you need to buy a home in Florida or in Minnesota. Matt's part of the Lake Sotheby's International Realty Group here in Minnesota, and Kristyn, his mortgage colleague, lives and works in the Keys, so they both know the Florida Keys and new existing homes for sale and are Minnesotan through and through. Contact them by heading to onekeywest.com. That'll be onekeywest.com.
Is that text you're sending so important that you missed your turn? Is that text you're sending so important that you ran the red light? Is that text you're sending so important you didn't see the ball coming onto the road or the child that followed? Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. When you take your eyes off the road for even 4 seconds, your vehicle travels 100 yards. That's the entire length of a football field. If you absolutely have to text, you need to pull off the road somewhere safe and do it from there. Texting and driving is against the law and can cause serious injury or even death to you and others. Now that is important. We hope you're never injured in a collision, but if you are, please contact us.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Going farther with Mike Bryant on your side, seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw & Bryant.
You need to know a guy for your auto repairs, legal issues, banking, and more. The same goes for investment advice. You need a guy to help you be successful, someone you can trust who gets results. Well, I got a guy for you, Josh Arnold. Josh gives you straight talk, not sugar-coated advice about your financial situation. Josh has seen it all when it comes to economic and market conditions, and Josh can make sure that your retirement objectives match your investments. Do yourself a favor and call Josh now for a no-obligation 48-minute evaluation. You got nothing to lose, and you'll get a different point of view for your investments. Call Josh at 952-925-5608. That's 952-925-5608. You'll be glad you did. Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC, a security and investment advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice. I am Tom Barnard, and I am a paid endorser.
This is the Tom Barnard Podcast.
You horn tootin' it is, ladies and gentlemen. Phil Mackey now joins us. I learned something new this morning.
Really?
I almost called you Mr. Phil for a second there, but somebody already stole that title, didn't they? Or Dr. Phil, I guess it was.
It's Dr. Phil, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Actually, I'm in the process of suing him for trademark infringement. But
I don't blame you. Go after him hard, baby. Right?
Feeling litigious this morning. Yeah.
I'm feeling litigious. That's a great statement. I'm feeling litigious this morning. I, on the other hand, am not. One of the happiest days I've had since I turned 21 today. Wow. As I was telling these guys, I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and realized I don't want to put up with any of this political stuff anymore. It's just not who I am. I have a wonderful wife, kids, grandkids, in-laws, friends, some coworkers, you know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. But I don't want anything to do with the far left, the far right. And I shouldn't put it that way. I accept the far left and Democrats. Those are two different groups, by the way. And I accept the far right and Republicans, also two different groups. So you go from here to here to me to here to here. I've decided I'm right in the middle. I'm a very happy man. So I don't really want to get pissed off. Matter of fact, we already read. What did we read this morning so far, Tevin and AJ? Some really interesting facts.
Yeah, there was some.
Somebody lost some weight.
Yeah.
A woman lost weight by drinking apple cider.
Yep.
I found that. I just went on back on Facebook for the first time in 12 years.
Oh, wow. That's a headline.
12 years, babe. Yeah.
Wait. What prompted you to go back? By the way, did my camera freeze? Can you still hear me okay?
We can hear you. We just
Your
can't.
camera did freeze, but we can hear you.
You're doing a great, like Jeff Dunham right now.
Okay.
You know
what prompted you to get back on Facebook after 12 years?
Because I just realized that people kept going, would you get back on Facebook, man? It'd be nice to have you back on there and blah, 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 blah. But then I just kind of, here's a perfect example of why I got back on Facebook. I've decided after 11 years to give Facebook, I think it was 12 years actually, give Facebook a try again. And Doug Sprinthal commented on my post.
There you go.
So I just click on it. Well, I better learn how to use this again because I have no idea.
This could be bad. Yeah, you don't want to. The problem with social media is if you don't want to be like liking things you shouldn't, fat thumb posting things you shouldn't. So we should train Tom to get back on Facebook here.
Dave Hubbard, welcome back, Tom.
There you go. Look at you. Social media maven, Tom Barnard right now.
Welcome back, Tom. Thanks for so many fun years on the queue. Glad to see you here again. Okay, Chris, well, listen to the show. You pain in the ass. See, now that's what I have to do. I have to reply and say, hey, we have a morning podcast.
That's how you do it, though. You connect with people one by one by one. You can spend the rest. You get your mornings doing the show, and you can spend another 20 hours. Don't even sleep. Just respond one by one to people.
That's what I should do, actually.
TomBarnardShow.com.
I can do like 10 or 20 of these because I scrolled down and got quite a few responses. How do people find out so fast that you're back? I just did it about a half hour ago.
Oh, people probably see like if you're active again. Facebook loves to show like, oh, so and so is active again for the first time.
Oh, okay.
Now the problem with social media is it is a no filtered pipeline for people to tell you exactly what they think about you in real time.
Oh, I understand that.
I mean, I literally will put like Kirk Cousins' opinions on the internet, and people will say, "Die, fat boy," So
they call you fat boy? You're not even fat.
Okay, it was one time I said it, Phil. It's not.
Yeah, there you go. Well, thank you.
I hope your family dies in a plane crash because of your quarterback opinion. Whoa, let's calm down.
This is nice. Connor McDonald, Brian O'Shaughnessy. Got a lot of Irish people apparently that listen. Scott House, John Melchior. Heather Erickson Riley, Howard Boyd, Doug Sprinthal, Dave Hubbard. I've already gotten over a few hundred responses. Jesus, that's amazing.
Yeah, you should. I think your new thing is you should just like post a photo of your breakfast every morning and just put random stuff out on social media and see how people respond.
But don't you think? I mean, you've known me now for about a year, well, a little less than a year, but almost a year. I don't tend to. I did at one time in my life. I was a pretty ardent Democrat at one time, and then I was a pretty ardent Republican at one time. I'm neither now. I all of a sudden just woke up at 3 a.m. and went, why am I doing this? I just don't care if people with their extreme political positions. I'm right here in the center. I've got a great family. I have a wonderful life. I'm happier to some bitch. But if I posted that, you go, God, you're boring.
No, I think that people need to hear that going into the next 10 months. You know, like if on February 5th, what's the math right now? What's the first week in November? So we got 9 months of ramping up basically here.
Mm-hmm. To my birthday, is that what you're saying?
Your birthday's on Election Day this year?
November 7th.
Man. See, if you're already all worked up, if you're worked up now in a tizzy, either for your birthday or for Election Day, what is it going to be like in 3 months, in 6 months, in 10 months, right? So you almost have to start from a place of zen and calmness.
Oh, zen and calm.
First week of February.
That's got me written all over it. Zen and calm.
100%.
When I think of zen, I think of Tom. You know what I mean?
Here's another Facebook content idea. Tom's morning meditation.
Oh, I like it.
A live video of Tom for 30 minutes, eyes closed, legs crossed, breathing deeply.
Thank you.
For all of his Facebook friends to watch.
Ooh, wah, wah. I can start to ooh, wah, wah. Do chanting.
I will not get sucked into this political cycle. I will not get angry at the news story that I just saw about Donald Trump.
You're absolutely right. Donald Trump, Joe Biden, whatever.
Can I say real quick though? I know that you don't want to. I know you don't want to get triggered by politics. So if I'm triggering you, I apologize.
No, it's fine.
One of the great political chess moves of the year so far took place on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you saw this.
Oh, with what's her name was on there?
Nikki Haley was on there.
Yeah,
and
Nikki
by the
Haley,
way,
there you go.
I am not advocating for any candidates on this show. This was just a great political chess move. Mm-hmm. In that they do the cold open, and they've one of the guys that's on the cast does a great Donald Trump impression. Like he has clearly studied Donald Trump for like the last 6 or 7 years.
It's phenomenal.
And so they're bringing in questions from the audience, and it's kind of a spoof on Trump. And then all of a sudden they say, "Oh, yeah, looks like we have a question from is that Nikki Haley in the audience?" And it's actual Nikki Haley.
Yeah.
And then they follow up with a question to Nikki Haley saying, "Hey, could you once again tell us the origin of the Civil War? Did it maybe start with an S and end in lavery?" And she said, "That's what my answer should have been the first time." And live from New York, it's Saturday night, and everyone's laughing. And now she has amended for her, good chess move by her.
Oh, for not saying the word slavery?
Well, yeah.
Because she didn't say the word, right?
She botched her first shot at, saying slavery. And then a month later, she has gotten the applause of people by going on Saturday Night Live. So nice work.
Which is fine. And like I said, again, I haven't watched that show in years and years and years. I just thought it was run on the national news. That's where I saw it. Because it got way too political for me. And it doesn't matter if it's... First of all, I wish people would understand. Maybe look up the 2 words. Look up 2 words, will you? Mm-hmm. I'm conservative. Well, conservative people wouldn't badmouth other people. They're too conservative to do that. I'll just, I have my feelings. And if you want to hear them, I'll tell you. But I'm not going to blurt them out. On the other side, you have the word liberal. You're not liberal at all. You're not conservative and you're not liberal. You scream at each other constantly and try to ruin people's lives. That is not being either liberal nor conservative.
So it's almost like roles have flipped in the last 100 years.
I guess. It just makes no sense. It's just, if you're really going to be conservative and really going to be liberal, let's do that then, instead of trying to ruin people's lives every day. right?
I think we should ruin some lives. I think we should. Let's go all in, Tom. Let's go on Facebook and ruin some people's lives. What do you say?
No, we'll do it here. Thank goddamn AJ. What do you think?
Let's ruin his life right now. Yes.
Let's ruin his life. But I will tell you, 3 o'clock in the morning I wake up. Then I went back to sleep for a couple hours. Then I got up and took a 4-mile walk, and I had not been happier on my walk. It was like a big weight lifted off my shoulders. I don't give a rat's ass what your political opinions are. If you're a good person, you're a good person. God, I did see that a friend of mine was shot to death in Washington, D.C. Well, he's not a friend. He's an acquaintance. I met him and know him a bit. But I don't really want to say his name yet in case it's not. Well, it's got to be national now because, apparently he was shot and killed. Unfortunately, and that stuff makes me very, very sad. What if a few more people died in the last couple of months? What do you say?
Yeah, I think that would really brighten things up. Would you like some positive Twins news to brighten your day?
I would love that.
Okay, they wind up signing. I don't know if you followed his musical career, but Carlos Santana is now switching from guitar to baseball, and he is a Twin.
Love him.
Carlos Santana, the second most famous Carlos Santana of the last century, 15-year career, is the newest Minnesota Twin. And he's toward the end of his career. He's like 37 years old, but he has been a really good player for a decade and a half. He's the best defensive first baseman in the league, and he generally hits left-handed pitching really well, which are two things the Twins really needed. And so they land Carlos Santana as a good veteran presence in the clubhouse.
Did you know about my personal connection with Carlos Santana?
The guitar player or the baseball player?
The guitar player.
Okay.
You know what? And it surprised a lot of people because, when Judd was on last week, Larry Walker and I are friends, and he didn't know that. I got to kind of remember.
Larry Walker, the baseball player?
Yeah, the Canadian baseball player. I used to play golf with him all the time. I haven't seen him in a couple of years now, but that happens with a lot of people. So, Carlos Santana, I'm giving him a ride to the airport. This is back when I was working at Capitol Records. He was on Columbia, though, but I still gave him a ride to the airport. And he actually said this, and I'm very serious. I love this. So I'm driving. Carlos is in the passenger seat. And I said, so, Carlos, you got a big day ahead of you? He goes, oh, yeah, I do. Doing some traveling. And I said, where are you going to go from here? And he said, and I quote, and he was serious, not kidding, hopefully to a higher plane. What do you think of that?
Wow.
Hopefully to a higher plane, baby.
And hopefully baseball Carlos Santana elevates the Twins to a higher plane.
That would be great.
You know what I'm saying?
That would be wonderful. See, look at the start to the day. We're 29 minutes in, and all we've done is make people happy.
Exactly. Spreading joy.
Yeah, bringing joy. It is joy. It's not happiness. It's joy. You're absolutely right. All right, Palomino, we're going to talk to you on Friday.
Sounds good, boys. All right.
Behave.
No, you behave. No. We'll preview the Super Bowl on Friday. We'll go through some of your favorite. We'll make you pick some of the prop bets, like which color Gatorade will be dumped on the head coach that wins the Super Bowl.
I want you to do me a favor right now. I want you to go to a higher plane. Okay. Thanks, Phil.
Duly noted. Yep.
Phil Mackey. He took over. It was Philip Wise, who's now retired. So now Phil Mackey is Philly. He took over the name Philly. Don't you think? It's a good move.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, give it to him.
No question about it. So you guys know anything about this Carlos Santana, the pitcher? Because I do not.
He used to be a catcher back in the day, and now
so I do know who it is.
Yeah, with age, he shifted to being like a DH/first baseman. So he's a switch hitter, just all around kind of vibes guy, like very good, like a veteran presence in the clubhouse. And I mean, he's kind of done it all, it seems like. So it's a great addition, I think. And like Phil was saying, left-handed or hitting left-handed pitchers is kind of what he excels at, and that's what the Twins needed. So there you go, boom.
So you guys think it's a really good move?
Given the options, yes.
In other words, mediocre.
Is it the best move ever? No.
Right. At 37 years old, like how much gas does he have left in the tank? It's kind of probably a thing to make. It feels like a move to distract people from not really making any moves because of the TV deal.
Yeah.
Letting all these people go. But he should be fine.
Yeah, that works very, very well. All right, we'll take a break, ladies and gentlemen. Coming back with Chris Egert. Mike Lindell, My Pillow employees want to thank my listeners for all of your continued support, so thank you. To thank you, they're having an overstock clearance and new product sale right now for the best prices ever when you use promo code TOM, and you get free shipping on your entire order, by the way. Get 50% off the MyPillow 2.0. Also get 50% off the brand new flannel sheets that just arrived and won't last long. 6-pack towel sets for only $29.98. And take advantage of the free shipping on larger items such as mattresses and mattress toppers. 100% made in the USA, on sale for as low as $99.99. Everything is on sale from the brand new kitchen towels that have the same technology as the bath towels that actually absorb dog beds, blankets, couch pillows, and so much more. To get the best specials ever, go to MyPillow.com or call 800-516-5146 and use the promo code TOM. You get free shipping on your entire order, so call 800-516-5146 or go to MyPillow.com and use promo code TOM.
This is Bob Sansevere, and I want to tell you about Dave Bialke from Bialke Law. Dave represented my wife, Mary, when she had a significant workplace injury. She was very happy with the job Dave did. If you have a work-related injury and have Dave represent you, I'm betting you'll be happy too. Dave is a down-to-earth guy. He grew up in northern Minnesota, rides a Harley, and worked various jobs doing concrete, electrical, plumbing, roofing, and carpentry work. Dave works for people with work-related injuries. If you work construction, or anywhere for that matter, and you're hurt or even just hurting, you should talk to Dave. Let's face it, our bodies wear out. If your body is worn out from work, if your knees or back or shoulders hurt from things you do at work, do what Mary did. Call Dave and talk to him about it at Bialke Law to set up a free initial consultation. The number to call is 763-571-2410. That's 763-571-2410. Or visit BialkeLaw.com. That's BIALKE Law.com.
My sheet says this is recorded. Do you want me to do a live here? Hello?
Yeah, yep, my bad. I forgot to change that on the sheet. But yeah, if you have the script, otherwise we can just do it.
No, I got the script, so it's supposed to be live?
Yep, yeah, it is.
Excellent, thank you. Hey, it's a new year. Why not treat yourself to a new gun from K&L Surplus and Ammo? Look how prepared I am. Even there's a big fumble, I just pick it up and run into the end zone. You see what I'm saying? Oh, the silent treatment.
Yes, I do.
No, it's okay. Silent treatment. Hey, it's a new year, and why not treat yourself to a new gun from K&L Surplus and Ammo? I personally know Jim, the owner. He's been in the firearms business for over 15 years and knows how to set you up with the perfect firearm for your needs. K&L offers one of the widest selection of firearms in the region, including Beretta shotguns and Tikka rifles. High school trap teams are starting to form now, and K&L has a great selection of SKB shotguns. K&L has Tikka and SKB in both right and left-hand models. K&L also has a broad range of ammunition, including both American and European calibers. If you have a collection of guns that you'd like to sell, call Jim at K&L so he can help you get the best price through his network. K&L Surplus and Ammo is on Lake Drive in Lino Lakes and open Tuesday through Saturday. You can also visit them online at www.klgunstore.com.
You're listening to the Tom Barnard Podcast.
Okay, and also the director you sent me that said K&L Surplus was a recorded ad. It says that Chris Egert's a good guy. So is that a mistake too?
That's a lie.
I keep making a lot of these mistakes. I'll get that cleaned up by tomorrow.
I can't be telling people what a great guy Chris Egert is. I mean, you know.
No. Don't let that get out.
I will not let it get out. Channel 5, Chris. What?
Go ahead.
Want your intro or not there, bitch?
Please, I need it.
I'm in a really good mood today. This is good. When I'm in a good mood, it's not a good thing, by the way. Because I will say stuff to people in a good mood I would never say if I'm in a mediocre mood.
I've got the censor button ready.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Channel 5's Chris Egert is brought to you by Mr. Money Talk Josh Arnold. Call Josh today for your free 48-minute evaluation at 952-925-5608. Chris Egert with us. Now, I got to tell you, I was talking to these guys that I definitely decided that I like, people that have very extreme views to the left and the right. I like Democrats. I like Republicans. I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning, decided I just want to be a centrist. I want to stand in the middle. I'm most comfortable there and all the rest of it. And one of the things I will tell you is, and I've told you this before, is that national news is way too political for me. So I really like the local news. And no matter where I am, I told you, I bring obviously my phone is with me at all times, and I can connect it to the television wherever I am. So I watch Channel 5 Eyewitness News every night. I love that.
I'm glad to hear that.
No, it's a good thing because you guys don't get too political. Or you talk about politics, but you don't go too far left or right. You're just kind of in the center.
I like to think we are. Not everybody shares that view.
No,
because it's 2024. But I feel we do a pretty good job at it.
No, I don't think there's any question. You know what? I haven't been called a prick yet. I looked at it again. I'm looking at social media right now. Nobody's called me any names yet. Come on, you haters, get to it. Let's go.
It's still before 9 a.m. Give it some.
The trolls usually roll out of bed around 10:30. So.
No,
it's too early for trolling. Is that what you're saying, AJ?
Absolutely. Too early for trolling. But no, I think it's a good situation. It all started, I think, last week when I told Gelfand when he was on the Family Podcast that I love the guy. He's got very far left views. Mike Lindell, I love that guy. He's got very, very far right views. So I also decided I'm kind of in the middle, so why don't I accept who I am? I'm a very middling centrist person, and I'm very happy today because I made that decision. You know, I voted Democrat, I voted Republican all my life, so I've always kind of been that way. I've taken positions before and never too comfortable. Mm-hmm. So we have a contest going on. So far, Tevin and AJ are the only two in the contest, but you can join in. Mm-hmm. What time will it be today when I get the first "You're the effing worst" in a post?
Look, do you guys actually have a wager going on this?
Oh, he wants to make some money off of it. Because then you're going to do it. Is that what you're saying?
I'm always looking for a little action.
I think it'll happen at 9:20, right when, or 9:30, or 9:38, or whatever it is.
I think it might be later today when somebody catches the podcast. Like somebody might listen to it like later in the day. I'm gonna go with 4:30.
4:30 today will be the first FU, Tom.
I mean, I don't know what you still. There's lots of things you could say to piss somebody off between now and then.
True, that's very true. You're making a good point. There's no question about
listen, the world is your oyster. You could just crack that baby open and.
The number one thing that I'm trying to get across to people is I have a wonderful life and I'm going to enjoy it. I will still vote, but as far as taking a strong political position either way, I just have no interest in doing that ever again. I'm fine. Like I said, I like people on both sides. I don't like people on both sides as well. So calm down. Be happy. Unless you have a miserable life, then just take yourself out.
You bring up a great point of it's very easy to hate people who are both.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. And now I've entered your realm, so now I know exactly where you're coming from.
I was just joking. I don't.
Liar.
I'm with you on a lot of that too. So right down the middle. But what were you say, AJ?
Speaking of Chris's realm, Chris, I saw a picture that you posted. I really need to know what's going on with this.
Oh, the giant hands guy.
Yeah, the giant hands guy.
Is this edited at all?
Holy Christ!
No, that's that. His name's Jeff Dabe. He's from Stacy, and he came on Friday. He's an arm wrestling champion. He's made a real big name for himself in the arm wrestling world. He's 61 years old.
He is?
Yeah.
He doesn't look like it.
No, he looks great. And he's become this huge thing on TikTok because of his hands. And he's got like a hobby farm, but he's also on TikTok. He's got millions of people following him on TikTok. And so that we thought it'd be fun to have him on and not only talk about his hands, but like arm wrestle him. So a bunch of us tried to arm wrestle him.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
This is a very important question.
Yeah.
In that picture, his hands are twice as big as yours.
And I have big hands.
And you have big hands, but your head is 3 times the size of his. Look at how small his head looks.
I think that's just
you did that on purpose.
That's his perspective. I was standing closer to the camera.
Nice try.
He was leaning in.
I don't have a very big head, actually. I do have a great head of hair, though.
Yes, you do. It's beautiful, as a matter of fact. There's no getting around it.
Man, once that
Don't you
goes,
think?
that's it. I will have officially started to feel old, but I'm still about it. Yeah, the dude was super nice. Like, couldn't have been a nicer guy. So,
What's his name again?
Jeff Dabe.
D-A-B-E?
Yeah.
I think I've heard of him before. I may have met Jeff, but I don't think so, because I'd remember somebody with hands that big.
He's been arm wrestling, like doing the circuit for years. I have nothing against the arm wrestling, the sport of arm wrestling, but I'm not dialed into it. But, and then I posted that picture wherever I posted it, AJ, if I put it on Instagram or what, somebody like trolled him in there. Yeah, well, so-and-so's better than you, or like somebody was like trolling for the arm wrestling thing. I'm like, dude, you're a loser. Leave him alone. Oh my God.
Just a lot of bad blood on the arm wrestling circuit.
I mean, I'm sure I have every confidence it's competitive, but he said as a 61-year-old, he sort of feels like his career sort of, going a different direction just because.
It's a young man's game.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's like, I'm going against guys who are like 6'6", 6'8".
Oh, sure.
Gigantic dudes. And he's super short,
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Yeah. But God, what a nice guy.
That's nice to hear. Who's the best arm wrestler you ever knew personally?
Yeah, apparently him.
Him? He's the guy? You guys, Tevin, AJ?
Yeah, I have no knowledge of any arm wrestlers.
Oh, don't you? AJ,
No.
you?
A kid in high school named Alex who he was like on the wrestling team, but he just always like he had the technique down and everything like that. Just immediately was like go, and then boom, done. He would win no matter who.
Alex Trebek. That's who that was.
Alex Trebek.
That's exactly right. Best arm wrestler I've ever met in my entire life, and he's a good friend of mine, Scott Studwell. He is a phenomenal arm wrestler.
That makes sense. I mean, guy was a hell of a football player.
And great guy, too. You guys know Scott at all?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
No,
Scott,
never.
Get off your ass and call in. What's the number to call in? I don't even know it.
952-600-2575.
625-75. That's a good number.
Oh, yeah.
Studwell, get off your ass and call in and tell us the beautiful techniques of arm wrestling. All right, Mr. Egert, another brilliant report, I thought. That's the move right there.
That's the move. It's all about the technique.
All right, young man, behave.
See you guys later. Have a good day.
A little bow there. I like that.
Yes,
Channel
sir.
5's Chris Egert is brought to you by Mr. Money Talk, Josh Arnold. Call Josh today for your free 48-minute evaluation, 952-925-5608. I'm telling you, I know I say it a lot, and I probably should stop saying it, but I really like that guy. What a great guy. Isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
No
What do you think about
question.
the next guy, though?
What's that?
What do you think about the next guy, though? That's the real question.
Italian. Anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
I like it. I like it.
Actually, I got some stuff to talk about with Sandy that has nothing to do with sports. Because Sandy's also a good entertainment reporter. You guys even know that?
He's a jack of all trades.
He does it all.
He does it all. That's a good way to put it. Bob does it all. How do you know when it's time to make the move for higher profits? So many factors influence the decision to relocate. If you're looking for fewer taxes, less business regulation, higher profits, 2024 is the time, and Sioux Falls, South Dakota is the place. Sioux Falls has available buildings and build-ready sites to get your company up and running fast. Best of all, any size company can make more money in Sioux Falls area. We've got the details at SiouxFallsDevelopment.com, as a matter of fact, SiouxFallsDevelopment.com. Minnesota companies just like yours have considered the future and expanded or relocated to Sioux Falls. Those companies are ready to enjoy. They're already enjoying themselves. Short commutes, safe streets, quality of life excellence. Join them and discover our productive people, affordable land, reduced red tape, fewer taxes, and higher profits. Think it over. 2024 is the time to make your move to Sioux Falls. Visit SiouxFallsDevelopment.com.
Is that text you're sending so important that you missed your turn? Is that text you're sending so important that you ran the red light? Is that text you're sending so important you didn't see the ball coming onto the road or the child that followed? Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. When you take your eyes off the road for even 4 seconds, your vehicle travels 100 yards. That's the entire length of a football field. If you absolutely have to text, you need to pull off the road somewhere safe and do it from there. Texting and driving is against the law and can cause serious injury or even death to you and others. Now that is important. We hope you're never injured in a collision, but if you are, please contact us.
Find Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Going farther with Mike Bryant on your side, seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw and Bryant.
February is the month for love. When is the last time you gave your carpet the love and attention it really deserves? Have you gotten down on your hands and knees and adored how clean and refreshed it was? Or are you scared what you might see or smell maybe? Not only is your carpet one of the biggest investments in your home, but it's also the biggest air filter in your house. Lucky for you, Zero Res is going to spread the love to you and your home with their Love Your Rug special. Get 3 rooms, Zero Resified, starting at just $119 and a free hallway. Don't forget dirt and dander's favorite hiding place, your air ducts. This month, take $75 off when you get your air ducts Zero Res clean. Call Zero Res right now, 952-ZERO-RES, 952-ZEROREZ, or go online at zeroresminnesota.com and say you want the Tom Barnard Show special. Protect your employees and customers by getting your business Zero Resified by the pros at Zero Res. Call today for your commercial cleaning estimate. Spell it forward or backward. It spells the same. Zero Res.
You're listening to the Tom Barnard Podcast.
You are indeed, ladies and gentlemen, joined by Sanny. No question about it. Charlie in Albuquerque. It's about damn time you came back to Facebook. Stan Pfeiffer, welcome back, brother. A lot of really, really nice comments. Very, very pleasant. There's one not so nice comment that happened actually in this building. Apparently, before the show started, Catherine walked by the door and said, "Hey, Tom, nice breakfast." Should I show you what I was having for breakfast?
Yeah, it's going to be like a
This will be exciting.
Some chips.
Knuckle sandwich.
Close to
Snyder's pizza. Oh, those are so good, though.
They're phenomenal.
They're so that's really good breakfast. The cheddar cheese Snyder's pieces.
Cheddar cheese Snyder. Oh God, that's good. Good breakfast of champions or something like that. I'm not sure.
It goes like the Rocky egg, blended egg in a glass, Wheaties, and then Snyder's cheddar cheese pretzels. Like that's the pinnacle of breakfast.
They are just so good. It's unbelievable. Don't you think?
Oh yeah.
Stop sending me messages. Are you guys? Can you guys hear that, or only can I hear it?
No, only you can hear
I think only you.
Okay, good. Well, as long as that's, I don't mind. Bob Sansevere Sports brought to you by Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury lawyer seeking justice for the injured. Contact Bradshaw and Bryant at minnesotapersonalinjury.com. Sanny, because there's not a lot to talk about in sports. If you want to talk about Carlos Santana, we can do that too. But I got to ask you a question.
Well, I mean, he's going to be a somewhat limited role. It's not like he's going to be playing every day. But it's good. I mean, it's another cheaper way for the Twins to try to be competitive. You know, they got a couple of pitchers in the Polanco trade. This is what they do.
It is what the Twins have always done, to tell you the truth, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they have. But, I mean, there's good young players. You know what? I said they're never going to be great. Maybe they will be. We've been wrong before. That is true. They won championships and they won 2. Yeah.
Why are you delayed?
I don't know. I feel it. I'm feeling that too. It's nothing I'm doing at my end that's different.
I don't know. Oh, so you're blaming it on AJ? That's what you're saying?
No, it's just there's gremlins in the lines or something.
Okay.
Got to be what it is. Hey, I wanted to just do a little bit of so you people know because you mentioned Studwell, Ed White in 1975, Vikings guard, and in 1981, Scott Studwell. They were the arm wrestling champions for the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
So they're both former arm wrestling champions. Ed was incredible, incredibly strong. And Studwell was a little strength there too.
Last time I saw Scott Studwell was in front of the Fauché Tower, right?
Yeah.
And we gave each other a hug goodbye. And I said, "Don't ever hug me again. I almost died." Thank God. He's like, my God, is that man strong?
What was the Fauché toppling? He was holding up one end.
Exactly. It was tipping over. So they got Studwell to prop it up. No, great guy. Scott Studwell's a great friend, a great guy. But, man, that boy is strong. I'm not kidding you.
Yes, no question about that. He still is. I mean, I haven't seen him in a few because I haven't been to the Vikings games in a couple of years. I'd see him at Vikings games, but he did get leaner. He was never big, but I mean, he lost weight. He runs a lot. He always ran a lot, but I mean, the guy is just put together. You won't find many guys at his age put together the way he is.
Oh, we had just a great time. We had dinner that night. Actually, we had dinner with Meat Sauce and Mark Rosen, Scott Studwell, and me, and Meat Sauce's dad came along too. I'm like, okay, he's a great guy. Actually, much nicer guy than Meat Sauce is.
Well, his dad's an attorney, right? It's Jeff's his name.
Yep.
Yeah, he's. I've not met him, but I've heard he is a terrific guy.
It was just a really good time.
Yeah,
we had a really good time, but then Studwell tried to crush the life out of me on the way out. But other than that,
should have challenged him. Threw your arm up on the table.
Sure, that's what I want to do. Snap it right off. So, Sandy.
Yes.
Anything else to talk about in sports? Because I want to talk some entertainment with you.
No, I mean, I was going to mention there's, the Pro Bowl. Who cares?
Exactly.
NFC, woohoo. The week is getting off to an interesting start for the Mahomes family. You saw that Pat Mahomes got the DUI. His dad.
No,
isn't that his third?
Yeah, it's his third.
Yeah, it's not his first.
He faces. I think I saw he faces 8 to 10 years,
which is ridiculous.
What?
It's never going to happen. It's just, it's probably happened in Texas, and they're a little rough on when it comes to laws.
Nicest guy in the world.
Yeah, it's not going to be. Put it this way. I think if he didn't save any of his money, he has a relative who has a few dollars for an attorney.
He'll be okay.
Yeah.
Very pleasant. Pat Mahomes Sr. just a really, really pleasant. I've not met Junior. I don't know anything about him, but his father's a really nice man.
Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback. I liked him before when they had that quarterback thing, that special with Cousins and Marcus Mariota. You come away really liking him after this because he's just the kid, the persona you see in those State Farm commercials. I think that's just him. I mean, he's just a nice guy. It hasn't gone to his head. So
I understand.
Anyway,
right.
I'm sorry. You had a question about entertainment.
Actually, it's a statement, and I think you follow this stuff pretty well. Catherine and I had a good night last night. First of all, we like the Murdoch Mysteries. It's a Canadian show that did like 20 seasons or something.
Yeah.
We finished our night with that. But before that, the second thing we watched was the final episode of Reacher. Phenomenal episode. Have you seen it?
Oh, yeah. I
Holy Hannah.
The minute it came out, I was on it. As a matter of fact, last night at 9:02, I was dialing up the first episode of the final season of Curb Your Enthusiasm because it didn't come out at 9 o'clock last night.
Yep. That's exactly. Is it good?
Yes. To me, it's very good. There are people that, it's not as good as season 4. They'll be bitching about that it's not as good as it's Curb Your Enthusiasm. I thought it was hilarious.
I'll have to watch it because I did see it that it started last night, and I've dealt with Jerry Seinfeld and him separately. They're not very pleasant people. Either one of them's a very pleasant person. You knew that, though, right?
They're comedians. They're incredibly quirky.
They are very quirky is a good way to put it, Bob. No question. But yes, the final episode of Reacher, another guy like Scott Studwell that I would not want to fight. I will tell you.
No, Alan Richardson. I mean, if you watch it in anything else, though, you cannot take your mind off of this is Reacher.
Yeah, I could see that. Have you guys seen the final episode of Reacher, season 2?
Yep. Yeah, I was like Bob. I watched it the second it was.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, I love that show. If they dropped
I do too.
Next season right now, I'd sit and just power watch my way through.
Here's what I appreciate about a show like Reacher. I don't want a cliffhanger for the next season. They tied it up.
Sure.
Which is what you want. You want resolution. You don't want I watched Mission Impossible, the latest one, the other day on a streaming service. Another one of these damn movies where there's no ending. It's like with the latest X, they did it back in the spring. Another cliff. We're sitting here for 2.5 hours and you're going to give us a cliffhanger. Give me become then one of these series where you wrap it up in a few weeks.
Catherine made the beautiful move because the last episode, do you guys remember the last episode?
Mm-hmm.
Been long enough?
Yeah.
There's a scene where they're all on an airplane and the cargo door at the bottom of the back of the plane is wide open. A woman is rolled out on a stretcher Reacher, as she's gone off the deep end to fall to her death, reaches out kind of like this.
Yeah. We'll just put it out there. Not the most realistic show. It has some John Wick type scenes.
Well, he's got I got a feeling as a kid he was squeezing a rubber ball a lot, so he has hand strength that is, pretty impressive.
Now, a stretcher's got to be. No, it's not a stretcher. It was a rolling. What do you call it? The
gurney.
gurney.
Yeah, it was a gurney. Because would you put people who are sick on?
Okay, so she, let's say, weighs 110, 120 pounds. And that thing's got to weigh, 50 pounds, something like that?
Oh, more than that, I would guess.
100 pounds?
Yeah, maybe.
So he's with his pinky and his pointer finger was holding up about 300 pounds while flying through the air with the force of the wind blowing at the gurney.
Yes.
In about, what would that have to be? 200 to 300 mile an hour wind.
Yes, absolutely right. And he's like, I got it. Don't worry about it. I got you. But we we opened the night with a new show. It's called Feud, Capote versus the Swans.
Is that good?
Holy God, is it good. It is phenomenal. Timmy Lammers told me about it.
Yeah, I saw the trailer, and I said, you know what, maybe I'll give this a shot. I got to try it then. How many episodes are out? Just one?
3.
Okay. All right,
3 episodes so far. Have you guys, any of you guys seen it?
I have not, but it's on my list on Hulu to start watching.
Same for me. Haven't watched it yet, but plan to.
Who plays Capote?
Tom Hollander.
He looks nothing like him.
Nothing, but he looks exactly like him in
Capote.
The show.
Yeah.
He looks exactly like Capote in the show, but in real life, he looks nothing like him. He nails that role. It is watching him play Truman Capote is unbelievable, and I do mean unbelievable. I went downstairs yesterday, and there was a guy. I mean, he's wonderful at it. Give it a whirl; you'll love it. Timmy Lammers once again with the big tip, ladies and gentlemen. But Capote only wrote. I think he wrote 3 books. One of them, I don't know if he ever even finished. But it's fascinating to watch this guy and the way he acted, why he acted the way he did. He was nuts. There's no question about that.
And he wouldn't be famous just off the books. It's the whole look that he had and this persona he had that made him famous. I mean, he should have been. Maybe he wasn't. I missed it. Was he ever on Hollywood Squares?
I don't know.
He would have been perfect on that next to Charlie Weaver.
Yeah, you might be right. I know we got to get cooking here, but I will tell you honestly, he watched the show. It is amazingly acted. The acting in it, everybody's in it too. Demi Moore, she's not in it for long, but she makes her point when she's in it. I will tell you that. Just really good
in the trailer.
Oh, God, yeah, she looks terrific. No question about that. But, yeah, give it a whirl. Timmy Lammers told me about it. But last night, just a couple hours, 2.5 hours of really good viewing before you hit the sack. So, Sandy, we will look forward to talking to you again on Friday, correct?
Absolutely. See, I thought you were going to say you saw the Grammys and you saw Killer Mike get arrested after he got 3 of his Grammys.
I don't know anything about that.
They'll fill you in. It's just hilarious. Okay. The Grammys, the guy gets arrested while at the Grammys clutching his 3 Grammy
Awards.
Awards.
God.
Rapper Killer Mike.
Now that you brought up the Grammys, I'm so happy because, like I said, I'm in a very positive, good mood. And I just love the fact that Taylor Swift is so sincere about everything she says. That's all I have to say. She's a billionaire. If I were a billionaire, you'd never see me again. I will tell you that. Nobody would ever see me again. I would buy a planet and move there. What do you think? Who would you buy the planet from, though? Think about that.
I think you just had to buy the rocket because once you get there, nobody's going to.
Yeah, right.
Bob Sansevere Sports brought to you by Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury lawyers. Sandy, we will talk to you again on Friday.
As I said, I live for that moment. We'll see you later.
Okay. We'll take a break, just a couple of minutes, be right back. Marquette King will join us right after this.
You know the song Kokomo? It's supposed to be off the Florida Keys, right? Hate to break your Beach Boys bubble, but that's a fictitious place they made up for the song. Fortunately for the rest of us, the Florida Keys island chain are as real as the taxes you have to pay in Minnesota if you're a resident. Now that's a reason to move south. In addition to Florida and all of Monroe County being beautiful, the Keys from Key Largo to Key West are even more beautiful. is Tom Barnard, part-time Florida resident myself. And if you want a second house or a new retirement home or want to become a Floridian, may I suggest you contact Matt Carlson from One Key West Realty. Matt grew up in Litchfield. He's a super real estate agent when it comes to finding your tropical island space in the Keys. He lives there and here, and Matt knows what's best in Key West to buy for your second home in Florida. Matt teamed up with fellow Minnesotan from Sartell and Alexandria, Kristen Eklund, who's one of the top mortgage brokers in the country from Coast to Coast Mortgage. She'll get you the financing you need to buy a home in Florida or in Minnesota. Matt's part of the Lake Sotheby's International Realty Group here in Minnesota, and Kristen, his mortgage colleague, lives and works in the Keys, so they both know the Florida Keys' new and existing homes for sale and are Minnesotan through and through. Contact them by heading to onekeywest.com. That's onekeywest.com.
Hello, I'm Brad Huckle, President and Chief Lending Officer at North American Banking Company.
And I'm Michael Bilski, CEO at North American Banking Company.
As a locally owned and operated community bank, we work with many multi-generational businesses.
Take Personal Care Dentistry of Roseville, for example. Dr. Walter Hunt, also known as Painless to me, has been a longtime customer of the bank since we opened the bank in 1998.
When his son Kyle was ready to join the practice, they wanted to expand quickly.
With their additional space and equipment, they now are able to see more patients each day while providing the same level of care and service.
Okay, guys, I'll take it from here. If you run a family business or any kind of business for that matter, you should be banking with Brad and Mike over at North American Banking Company. Every time I deal with them or their team, I know I'm working with experienced professional bankers. So why not bank with my banker? North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Recently, Jim Paul of Valley Buick GMC was contacted by a company that does on-site sales. Jim was confused.
Wait, they don't know anything about us, our staff, our reputation, most importantly, our customers.
Hey, pal, no problem. We do them all over the country. You know, get the manager off the roof sale, inflatable gorilla sale, and our favorite, the 13-hour sale with a giant clock that goes to 13. Urgency, baby. We bring our crew because, well, your people are, let's just say, a little laid back.
And the pricing?
Nothing special, sport.
But Jim thought we price competitively every day. Our prices are special. We definitely don't need these guys. But sale does convey some urgency, so we made a bold decision for his fine dealerships.
Announcing the Valley Buick GMC 365-day sale. And we can even extend it a couple years or so.
I got the air dancer guys, scratch-offs, plastic keys, bubble machine.
Valley Buick GMC in Apple Valley or Hastings or valleycardealers.com. Hurry.
This is the Tom Barnard Podcast. Listen live weekday mornings, 8 to 9:30, or anytime you like as a podcast on the Tom Barnard app at tombarnardshow.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know when Marquette's ready to go.
Actually, Art emailed me. He had to cancel because he cannot get a hold of Marquette to call in. He said,
"What did I tell you this morning?"
MIA.
At 8:50. What did I tell you?
And it's not too surprising. Marquette King has always been a very eccentric personality. He was
okay
because he played for the Raiders and was a punter. And you know, Mark Davis, the Las Vegas Raiders owner, has that weird cut haircut.
Yep.
So he was asked once, why he thinks he got cut from the Raiders. And he told this story about they were playing in Buffalo. He went out, he was partying after the game, came back to the hotel, was drunk, sitting on a patio, and Mark Davis came up to talk to him. And he said he put Mark Davis, the owner of the team, in a headlock and gave him a noogie. And he was like, that was my last season.
Well, you know, I saw the Marquette King thing, and then it didn't work out. What a shock.
Yeah.
So is he kind of a weird guy? Is that the plan?
I would say he's very unusual for your typical NFL player.
He's out there.
Yeah.
You know?
Like I don't know that we would be friends if he came in, but he seems like a nice enough guy.
Oh, so you don't think he'd like you? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he probably would hate me.
He'd probably hate me. That's the deal right there. That's all right. Don't worry about a thing. So, Marquette, I don't think you'll be invited back on after stiffing us at the last minute. But other than that, everything is good. Right?
Right. And I know, Tom, you were kind of we've been kind of talking about when you're going to get your first kind of like attack of the day, when the first person's going to call you a name or something like that.
Yeah, I don't see it. I tried to get. Now, am I going on the right deal? Okay, when I hop on here and I'm on Facebook right now, there's just a bunch of people. Ruth Lorden's name is up there. These are just people that I know, or what is that?
Yeah, so I would assume that you probably, because is this the same one that you had back in the day? Like, you didn't create a new one, did you?
I didn't create a new one, no.
Yeah, so these are all people that you were friends with, and so as they post, Facebook collects all of their posts and just shows them to you based off what they think you'll like. So it's not necessarily people sending them directly to you. It's just them, hey, I had pancakes for breakfast, and then that's what you're scrolling through on your timeline.
Well, here's one right here, as a matter of fact. This guy, can this be true? Beer Brand's no longer around. Got 416,000 comments.
Oh yeah,
Jesus.
And it'll be the most random stuff on Facebook that gets people going. I remember I was a part of a service industry page in Minneapolis where it's just a bunch of like servers, bartenders, restaurateurs, whatever, talking, and somebody posted how they make their Long Island iced tea, and it was like 100,000 comments going back and forth of people arguing on how to make a Long Island iced tea. So it'll surprise you what gets people worked up.
So how do I get back to my page? Because I don't know how to do that.
You should just be able to tap on your name or hit like the little home screen.
Yeah, like on the bottom there should be. I'm looking at mine here now. If you like, there's home across the bottom. If you just tap on that,
tap on home.
Yep, and then it brings you back to like your home page.
Oh, so this is home, but it doesn't say that it's my home. That's weird.
Well, I was gonna tell you that people are still kind of getting used to you maybe being back on social media, because we had a listener in. He must have been talking about like, I wonder when somebody's gonna call me. He just writes in prick.
Oh, that I'm a prick.
Yeah, just to get it out of the way. So now you're christened.
Yeah, that's
Welcome
fine.
back to social media.
Which is fine. See, that's great. I mean, Catherine says that to me every day. So what's the difference?
There you go.
I'm on the add friends page, but I don't know most of these people. I don't think.
Oh yeah, Facebook will just, hey, you. We see based on your geolocation that you shopped at the same grocery store as this person 6 months ago. Maybe you want to be friends.
This is the third cousin of that friend you haven't talked to in a decade. Do you want to be friends with them?
Oh, Ken Barlow's on here. Ken Barlow just popped up that I should add him as a friend.
Yeah, do it up.
Yeah, go through and just add everybody.
How about if I add friend in this print? Prick. What do you think?
Tevin, I don't know about you, but that is like one of my biggest life regrets is like when I was younger, being on Facebook and being like, oh, add friend. Like, now I need all these friends. Now that I am like, I'm out of college and everything like that, I'll go on Facebook, and this is one of the main reasons why I hate it. There is just so many people that I don't know, I don't care about. Like, hey, congrats on moving into a new apartment. I don't remember ever talking to you.
Yep.
I don't need to know about anything in your life.
Or girls that get married that you knew in high school or college, and they change their name, like their last name, and it'll pop up on my feed. And I'm like, I don't know any, Michelle Rodriguez. Oh, that used to be whatever, Michelle Johnson.
So it's a different name. Yeah. Well, I could see that'd be true, right? I mean, people changing their names and all that stuff. I don't know.
And it is weird how your view changes, because when you're younger, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna have all these friends, and now I'm like, I don't want to hear about you anymore. I haven't talked to you in years. Like, I need to start weeding through some of these.
Indeed. So who would you say called me a prick? Was that Ginny Hubbard?
No, that was listener Jim writing in, just to kind of get it out of the way for the day.
You got to get it out of the way, Jim. Way to go. Thank you very much. I appreciate it immensely. Is it better to follow social media on your desktop or on your phone? Because it seems like desktop would be a lot better.
I would say desktop, just because when you step away from your desktop, you're less likely to be addicted to it.
Right.
For convenience sake, yeah, your phone is the way to go.
Absolutely.
Well, I just don't know what the hell I'm even doing, because it keeps going back to the same stuff.
Yeah, for you, I would say maybe desktop. It's less likely you'll accidentally press buttons. And Tom, the biggest change I think for you is you're gonna have to get your emoji game up.
Oh yes.
Oh really?
Yeah, you can't.
That or the GIF keyboard.
Oh, you have the GIF keyboard.
Yep.
Oh God, look at this. Oh, that's right. You guys can't see it. Recent ad, Phil Mackey.
Yeah, there you go. See, the show
Dan
knows.
Seaman.
Yeah. It'll have pop up all your and I think it goes through your contacts in your phone. So a lot of these people, if they're saved in your phone, will
they'll just pop up.
Well, yep.
No, I think it'd be rather interesting to just stay in touch with people. But I also think part of it is not that I'm going to be some great influence or anything. But can you name one person you'd consider to be a total centrist that has a national voice? I don't think I can.
No. Yeah, not since Don Lemon.
Don Lemon, God, what happened to Don Lemon? He got fired, didn't he?
I was going to say that.
But he was a little extreme, if I remember old Don.
I remember before he got fired.
Just a little.
Before he got fired.
God.
He went on, like, I used to love watching him on TV because he was so dramatic.
Right.
He got on TV and like Donald Trump said something that was no big deal, whatever. But Don Lemon gets on and he like deadpan into the camera. And Mr. Trump, and he like starts like having like a mental breakdown, like crying, and I was like, it was like, oh my gosh, this is completely ridiculous. But anyway,
let me ask you something from a centrist point of view.
Yep.
And I'm going to piss a lot of people off saying this, but the things that they do, I'm not saying they're the same person, but I would say Joe Biden and Donald Trump have a lot in common.
Yeah, I would say they have more in common than they do that separates them. The only thing that separates them really is what side of the line they toe for the most part.
Maybe their size of Depends they wear, but
yes,
possibly. Now, let's start being. That's one thing I will tell you what. That is unbelievable. All these people running their mouths about how old these guys are. If you said to somebody, "Oh, look at how young they are," that they're not qualified. They're too young to be qualified. You'd get burned at the stake. And they're 77. He's not 80. He's 77.
It's just low hanging fruit.
Yeah, I mean, it's still like
it is low hanging fruit. That's exactly what it is too.
They're both old, but I think if you had like a 25-year-old that was trying to run, I'd be like, yeah, maybe we should not let the 25-year-old be president either.
Yeah.
Well, no, you have to be, I think, 35 to be president. Or is it 45? Is it
35? 35. But I think even if a 35-year-old ran for president, they would have to have a pretty impressive resume in order to be elected.
You know what? Her name already popped up once more. Taylor Swift. You know what she's doing, right?
Winning everything.
She is literally, though, trying to follow in the footsteps of Oprah Winfrey. Because Oprah Winfrey got Barack Obama elected. There is no doubt about that. Did you say that? I think it was 1.2 million people actually said, leaving the polling place, I'm voting for him because of Oprah. Because Oprah really plugged him big time. Mm-hmm. So now they're trying to do that again. Taylor Swift's trying to do that again with Joe Biden. But see, I think she said to vote for Joe Biden 4 years ago, didn't she? Or 3 years ago, whatever it was. 4 years ago.
I might not be the most educated on this. I don't remember her being really ever super political about stuff. Like Taylor Swift. I don't remember.
No, I don't either.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying she's very political now, though.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she got really, really political. Yes, and again, you want to get Joe Biden elected? Good for you. Whatever. I'll live one. So that's the thing about politics I've never understood. People having a fit about this. It's like, no matter who gets elected, I'll live. Am I going to benefit greatly by either one of them? I don't know. Do I hate either one? No. Do I like either one? Probably not. I don't know. It's not. It's the game, man. It's really not the people. It's just the game, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Kristyn Burtt is actually backstage, and she just wanted to let us know that apparently Taylor Swift encouraged people to register to vote, not like vote for this specific person. Just go out and vote.
Not true.
Yeah. Well, in 2020, I believe she endorsed Joe Biden, and so then now people are asking, is she going to endorse him again? And she's hesitating and not really saying anything.
I see. This is news to me.
Well, here's what we're going to do. Well, it's obviously news to Kristyn Burtt, too, that pill. What do you think of that? Tough guy when she's not on the air. We'll be right back with, what's her name again? Kristyn Burtt, is that it?
Yeah, I'm excited to talk to her today.
That should be good. Kristyn, up next.
You need to know a guy for your auto repairs, legal issues, banking, and more. The same goes for investment advice. You need a guy to help you be successful, someone you can trust who gets results. Well, I got a guy for you. Josh Arnold. Josh gives you straight talk, not sugar-coated advice about your financial situation. Josh has seen it all when it comes to economic and market conditions, and Josh can make sure that your retirement objectives match your investments. Do yourself a favor and call Josh now for a no-obligation 48-minute evaluation. You've got nothing to lose, and you'll get a different point of view for your investments. Call Josh at 952-925-5608. That is 952-925-5608. You'll be glad that you did, and tell him his guy, Tom, sent you.
Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC, a security investment advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice. Tom Barnard is a paid endorser.
Why should your business bank with North American Banking Company? Here's Landon and Gavin Miller of D&B Plating.
I've always been impressed with their speed of answers to our questions, and that has allowed us to expand and capitalize on opportunities in the market.
North American Banking Company has never made us feel like a number. They've always treated us as a partner.
For more information about North American Banking Company, go to nabanco.com or stop by any one of their Twin Cities locations. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The new Tom Barnard Show is proud to have partners like Bradshaw and Bryant, MyPillow, and North American Banking Company founder, chairman, and president, Mike Bilski.
I've advertised on Tom's show for years, and the reason is simple. My business is recognized because of the ads, and that recognition has created growth. What business doesn't want to grow? I highly recommend the Tom Barnard Morning Show for your advertising.
Grow results for your business by partnering with the Tom Barnard Show. Visit TomBarnardShow.com, keyword partner. This is the Tom Barnard Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kristyn Burtt Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Kristyn Burtt joins us now. The birdie. If they're Swifties, are there birdies?
There aren't, but let's make them. I don't know who's going to be a birdie, though.
And I'm
president.
Huge birdie.
Got three right here. Got three of them right here.
Oh, I got three. Who's president?
I'm a birdie.
We'll battle for it.
Well,
I'm coming in hot this morning. I totally disagree on the Taylor thing. I just want you to know she did endorse Biden, but she did not tell her voters to vote for Biden. She did tell her fans to register to vote, which had a huge impact on the midterm elections. And I think that that's a fair kind of assessment of it all.
So you don't think she's going to endorse Biden again?
I think everyone's hesitating on endorsing anyone.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't endorse anybody right now. I got to be honest with you.
I promise you, no matter who wins, they're going to disappoint you by, 2025. So,
well, they only have since I think 1951. They've only been disappointing me since then. So
perfect.
Yeah, politicians are not my kind of people. One thing I will tell you, I've had politicians pretend to be my friend, but as soon as they didn't need me anymore, I never heard from them again.
Don't endorse. That is the rule.
It's a bad idea.
It's a bad idea.
No, you're absolutely right. It's a horrible idea. Let's see. Is there anybody in politics I would endorse right now? I'd have to think. I can't think of anyone.
I get nervous because I always feel like you can have a really great candidate, and then once they get in, something happens or they get swayed, the lobbyist money comes their way, and then all of a sudden you think, oh my gosh, it's so easy to be corrupted once you reach Capitol Hill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's all true. So, okay, so hasn't endorsed Joe yet?
Has not endorsed him for 2024. Correct.
2024, yes.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. She's got 10 months or 9 months.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I feel like this year is going to be very volatile, and there's a lot that could happen on both sides. So I think everyone should just hold a beat and see how this plays out.
I was told the election's on my birthday on November 7th. Is that right?
That's correct.
Mm-hmm. It is November 7th. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, I get no parties, no dinners, no, Tom, it's voting day. We can't do anything for your birthday. Forget it.
But it's your birthday month. You celebrate all 30 days.
That's your birthday month. Great idea.
Mine is my birthday month.
Birthday
month.
I like it. You sound like some of the Polish guys I grew up with.
You listen, when your birthday is in December, you take what you can. I'm taking the whole 31 days of December.
December what?
3rd.
Well, that's not bad.
Let me tell you, it is close enough to Christmas that People are too busy with cocktail parties and shopping and everything else.
It's right
You
after
should not be
Thanksgiving
born.
too.
Yeah,
so a
you want to
week
be
after Thanksgiving.
born. Yeah, you want to be born like in June. Nothing happens in June.
That's true, and the weather's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
Very good point.
I told my
That's a very
husband, I'm
good
like, we could only get married the first half of the year, like any time before, like, July 31st.
Oh, really? Why?
Because I get stuck with a lousy birthday. I want a good anniversary.
Well, look at I'm gonna have to. No matter who the president is, I'm gonna have to accept it on my own birthday. What does that tell you?
But it's only like once every so often that election day falls on your birthday.
It's every year because of either city elections
It's
or
not
state
always
elections or
on
national
the
elections.
7th. It's whatever that Tuesday is, and it's not always the 7th because the calendar
That's
shifts.
true.
Yeah.
It's a very good point.
Mm-hmm. Can we talk the Grammys?
Yes, please. It's
I
killing
don't
my
know,
arrested.
I just don't think it's very nice of you to call old people Grammy.
It's the gramophone. I think we established this on Friday, didn't we?
Yo Grammy boy. That was my favorite of all time.
Grammy Awards. How many people watched last night? Did you turn it on? Okay,
Of course
AJ,
not.
Tevin.
I watched like a handful of performances, but nothing crazy.
There were some really good moments. AJ, what was your favorite?
I mean, it had to be the Tracy Chapman, Luke Bryan fast car.
Luke Combs.
Sorry, for some reason I always get them messed up. Luke
It
Combs,
really
Luke
must have made an imprint on you. It had a great
One
impact.
of the Lukes.
Yeah, one of the Lukes. But Tracy Chapman, that is like one of the greatest songs of all time.
It's a great song.
And she has not lost a beat. Like, just an incredible performer.
I don't know what she's taking to, but she looked amazing. I was like, she looked incredible. But that duet probably was the highlight of the night. Encourage everyone to like go back and watch it on either social media or YouTube. It was so well done. It was like just set the tone. People were really excited to see Tracy too. Like the second the lights came up and people realized that Tracy was singing with Luke Combs, like the audience went wild. Probably one of the biggest cheers of the night, maybe other than Celine Dion showing up.
Yeah.
And I think for Celine Dion to show up after a couple of years of being out of the public eye, that was a big deal. But there was also controversy. Did you guys see the controversy around that?
No, maybe I missed that.
So Celine Dion presented Taylor Swift with Album of the Year. That was the category. Taylor Swift was kind of a surprise in that category. It probably should have gone to maybe Lana Del Rey or SZA, but the Grammys are always controversial when it comes to the winners. So instead of acknowledging the greatness, the presence that is Celine Dion, it looked like Taylor snatched the award out of her hands and then started to just give her thank you speech and then never mentioned Celine Dion and then went off stage without even looking at Celine. So, social media, of course, went crazy about that because you're like, how in this moment of the first time of us really seeing Celine after her terrible neurological disease diagnosis, do you not just say, oh my gosh, I just got my award from Celine? Like to me, that would have been your natural reaction, but maybe she just was in shock over winning because she wasn't expected to win.
Who wasn't?
Taylor Swift was not expected to win Album of the Year for Midnights.
Yeah, I definitely thought SZA would have won that award over Taylor Swift because her album was incredible.
Incredible. And that kind of leads to the other controversy of the night, which was Jay-Z was given, kind of that lifetime achievement or the trailblazer or whatever they call it. He started to criticize the Grammy Award voting body, just saying, hey, you've never given my wife Beyonce Album of the Year and she deserves it. And Beyonce is like right there in the audience. His daughter, Blue Ivy, is standing next to him on stage. It was awkward, but at the same time, I think good for him because they have a history of ignoring Black women in the Album of the Year category. And by the way, all of a sudden, like an hour later, there goes Taylor Swift winning for probably not her most deserved win. I will say it. I think because SZA, Lana Del Rey, I felt like there were better and stronger entries in that category.
What is the window for when stuff can be considered for these awards? Because wasn't Midnight's released October of 2022?
Yeah, and that's the problem. the Grammy Awards run from like the fall of 2022 to kind of like the fall of 2023, or like maybe the late summer. And that's why we run into these like, wait, wasn't this a year and a half ago? Yes, it was. So that's why everything always kind of feels late to the table when it comes to the Grammy Awards.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I don't really understand. No, you have to explain something because I don't watch award shows. I don't watch the Emmys, the Oscars. I don't watch.
You watched the Emmys and shocked us all.
Did I? What did I
You
watch?
did. You watched the primetime Emmys, remember? Tevin and I were like, wait, stop. You
See, I even forgot that I watched it. That shows you how important that was to me. Did I watch a lot of it?
You watched a significant portion, enough that you had thoughts on it. Yeah.
But let me ask you a question. So you're talking about the left of the left out there in Hollywood. How do they take the stage and go, we're not going to vote any black women in. It's not going to happen. How does that happen? I don't get it.
I do. It traditionally is a bunch of older white men voting in all of the voting bodies in terms of like Emmys and Oscars and Grammys. I feel like the TV Academy has it better than I feel like they have a more diverse body, and I am a member, so I'm just disclosing that so I don't sound so biased. But I feel like we see across the board just like more diverse nominees, more diverse winners compared to the Oscars or compared to the Recording Academy. Recording Academy has been under fire for at least 3 or 4 years now, not only for sexual harassment and assaults by some of their executives, but I think when it comes to the categories themselves, they honor a lot of the white artists versus anyone of any other ethnic background. So I think that is something that they have to look at overall. And what does their membership look like? Who is voting for these awards?
Well, I warned all black artists that rap is horseshit, so maybe they should follow my lead. Let's get back to rhythm and blues, baby.
R&B is right there. SZA won for her
R&B.
art. I mean,
See,
the categories are there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Let's go then.
Speaking of rap, I know there was an arrest at the Grammys last night. Correct? Killer Mike got taken out in handcuffs.
Yeah, and is this a common occurrence? I feel like every once in a while there's a lot of arrests at award shows of various degrees.
Really?
Yeah, they kindly let him win his 3 awards, and then they took out
a clean sweep.
Arrested for what?
It's a good opportunity to get people out of there. I don't know what they
saw
weren't
misdemeanor battery. It sounded like he was in some sort of altercation earlier in the night.
Yeah, and it was like one of those situations of they weren't originally disclosing it, and then they were like, this is what it is. But, hey, if you really want to get some people, they're trapped in the crypto arena, so go and get them.
I have a question
because
for you.
Grammys start at noon, by the way. I don't know if people know that.
Oh, really?
It's like an 8-hour ceremony because they go through all like the gospel categories and, like the smaller categories that you don't televise. So they are going on all day long.
Okay. I have a question for you. Just following my own life, that I did security for a while when I was much younger. There is no way, if I were the head of security, that a cop would have gotten anywhere near him. Nobody, because you don't know if the guy's really a cop or not anyway, right? How did they let him get near enough to arrest him? Was this just all blown up? In other words, did they plan this?
No,
I don't know that. Yeah,
no, you don't want to get arrested on Grammys night when you are winning 3 awards and want to go and party.
I don't know. It just seems to me.
You still think the Oscar slap was planned, and I'm telling you, Will Smith did not tank his career on purpose in front of a global audience because he has never come back from it.
He's never going to come back. Everybody I've ever met that knows him thinks he's a raging asshole.
Well, he played a good game for a very long time.
Yes,
with
he
his
did.
Fans,
That's
so.
very true.
Kristyn, real quick, because you talked about, I finished American Nightmare. Did you finish it or did you just watch the?
I finished it, yeah.
Did we just stop Tom, have you watched the Netflix documentary American Nightmare about the kidnapping and rape? So essentially
Of who?
I forget what's her. It was a woman out in Vallejo.
They called her it's called the Gone Girl case, like the movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Anyway, these I think it was 3 guys breaking into their house, kidnap her. She ends up getting raped. They get one guy, but then they just don't go after the other guys? Like, is there do you have any insight behind the scenes at all why we're not going after the other two guys?
They have never been able to connect any other men to that case. It is only that one guy that has been caught. And it's bizarre to me that we're just sitting there saying, like, we're okay with, like, one guy, like, taking the fall for this when it apparently was a group. Because, I mean, you have the boyfriend. They're now husband and wife, spoiler alert. But the boyfriend and the girlfriend were like, there were 3 men in there. And at least confirmed 2 men. I think the third one is, like, maybe there were 3. But the fact that they could possibly still be out there, I would be terrified as the survivor of a crime like that, because that crime was pretty horrific. The police did not believe her. They thought the boyfriend had something to do with it. And it took years and years until a female detective not even associated with the case to actually solve the crime.
Yeah, the whole thing just leaves you like, I can't believe that we just stopped looking for.
It's frustrating. And I think for anyone who watches it, hopefully there's an understanding of why a lot of people don't report sexual assault, rapes, any type of crimes like that, because oftentimes women are not believed. They can be very hard to prove, especially if it's only you and someone else behind closed doors and there's not DNA or anything else like that. It is, and it's traumatic. And I think it gives people an understanding of like how challenging that can be.
Man, way to end the show on an up note, for Christ's sake.
Quick note. Did anyone watch the We Are the World documentary, Greatest Night in Pop yet?
Oh, I did want to watch it, but I have not yet.
Okay, Tom, I want you to watch it because I want to get your insight, because I know you're in the music industry around that time. And I just feel like you would have a lot of stories and maybe relate to it a lot, because there were some things in it that I absolutely loved.
Got to be honest with you, I really wish that Michael Jackson had never died. I was a huge Jackson fan. He co-wrote that song with who? We Are the World.
Lionel Richie and Quincy
Lionel Richie.
Jones.
There you go. That's
Quincy
it.
Jones
Lionel
produced.
Richie.
Yeah,
I'll have to watch that.
And they spill so much tea on the artist, by the way. There's so much gossip in there. I was like, what?
Really?
Oh, it was so juicy.
I'm going to have to watch this.
Do it, because like Lionel spilling tea, what the sound engineer spilling tea, the cameraman spilling tea, Huey Lewis is spilling tea. Like I was like, oh my, why aren't we doing more of these type of documentaries? I want to know what everyone was doing behind the scenes on these things.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it, because I do remember that whole era. That was a different time, no doubt about it.
It is a different time, and I would love to discuss sort of like the cultural differences of music then and now, because it's kind of wild to watch.
I will watch it today, and I will talk to you about it tomorrow.
Homework for everyone.
Homework for everyone. All right, SZA, we'll see you later.
See you tomorrow.
Kristyn Burtt Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. That is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you tomorrow. The family show starts in about 15 minutes.